guys, this is Megan from You Go To Be Kidding. Today we're going to talk about winter. It's coming. So, are you ready for winter? Do you have the materials you need? And I'll show you what our plan is and how we try to manage winter with our animals here on the farm. Alrighty, so I am down here in our hay storage barn. It's our old rickety outbuilding, which someday we'll figure out an alternative place to store our hay, but this is the best we've got right now. So hay, especially this year in 2022, is kind of a big deal. So we've had quite a bit of a drought this summer, and it seems that there's been kind of a drought all over the country. So finding hay, sourcing hay, and then keeping it for animals, it's kind of interesting because it's not even September yet, or just about September, and we already have all the hay that we hope to use this winter in storage. So if you have animals and livestock and you need hay, you need to be thinking about it already. Hopefully you already have started to plan ahead and try to figure out how much your animals need, because there's not really any way to get it. Farmers cut it during the winter, during summer, and you need to have it and store it, or you'll pay a premium for it. So if you buy summer hay, you can get it for a much cheaper price. Damien is actually going to pick up a few extra bales today from our farmer, and they are going to cost not quite double, but probably a 75% increase on what we paid for these. So we do use hay over the winter, but we also try our best to use as little hay as possible. And so I'll talk about how we do that, and what we do in order to avoid such a big hay bill. But this is what we've got here, and there's another stack behind me over here. So I'm not sure how many bales this is. I think 75 to 100-ish is what we have. We have 6 goats and 5 sheep that will be eating that over the winter. 2 of the sheep will only be doing part of the winter, but the goats will need it, especially being pregnant. They need a lot of hay. And we also try to utilize the grass that we have. This is a glimpse of one of our back pastures, the back right hand side. And right now it's weedy and it's tall. And this is what we have been trying to learn. This is the thing we don't know. I'm trying to get better at is pasture management. So if we can manage when we mow or bush hog and when we get animals on here, then we can actually use this land as kind of basically free hay storage. So our goal is to not cut it so late in the season that it doesn't grow up nice and thick for the winter, and then we can run the animals through it for winter. But we also have a ton of weeds, and so letting them grow up and all go to seed is not helping restore our pastures. And so that is what we are still learning. We're trying to read books by Joel Salatin. We have a book, I believe it's by Alan Nation, called Quality Pasture. Just trying to learn and practice it, and then it just takes time. So we have had some equipment malfunctions. Our mower and our tractor were both out of service at the same time, of course. So we just got the mower back up and running, and so we'll mow stuff, but we do try to bush hog to keep things a little taller. We don't want to cut it that low. But we're still learning. We're still learning. So if you have tips or tricks and you have been able to manage your pastures, we'd love to hear any tips or tricks. But we've got this really tall pasture back here. The sun, it's all blown out for you. But it's super tall right now, which is great, except that it's too tall and it's gone to seed. So we have to time whether we can get the sheep through here and eat some of this, or if we just need to go ahead and bush hog it down and then let it grow. We still have time in our season. Frost dates are not until like the middle of October, so we have a little bit of time to allow the grass to grow back up if we were to bush hog it now. So that's our plan, but we try to leave as much standing grass as we can, and so then that helps us with our hay bill. We run the animals through our whole property as long as we can until there is nothing left. And so that last year, which was our second winter on the farm, but first real winter with animals, we were able to run everybody through, and I don't think we had to start feeding hay till late December. that's another homestead goal, being better at record keeping and keeping track of what we did when. So I will try to make sure to keep track of when we start feeding hay this year and see if we can make it even better next year. So that's our goal. I hope that you have started to plan and think about what you're doing for the winter. But if you've got fields that you can't quite get to with your animals, it's not a bad idea to go cut them down with a bush hog as if the animals had run through it, and then let it grow back up while you still have a little bit of time before the frost comes. So I hope this is of help, or just a reminder that you have to manage your grass. But each winter for us is definitely a huge learning curve. We are still very, very new at this, and we're just thankful for the land that God has given us, and we're doing our best to manage it in a way that is great for the soil and the plants, and for our animals as well. And if we can save a little bit of money on hay, then that's all right too. So thanks for watching. We appreciate you guys, and we'll see you next week.